Okay. E3 Presser Part 2. Company Microsoft. They opened up with talking about screen resolutions Microsoft opened with a montage of screen resolutions, yada yada, up to 4K Ultra. And they're going to say during this whole process, they keep mentioning 4K, 4K, 4K. If you made a drinking game out of this presser, you would be sloshed halfway through. I almost want to say it was close to border, not at the same line, but under the line as what EA keeps saying about sports. But I can understand with their new game system, the Xbox One X. And yes, the initials of will be XBOX. Xbox. They mentioned that because this is the Project Scorpio they talked about from last E3, and Scorpio is basically the hardware, the software inside the Xbox X1, One X. I swear you, when it comes out November 7th, the name is going to be so convulsing. And the price range is $500. People after it says, well, what you got inside the hardware is understandable. You have a $500 price point. But I would not be surprised within 1 year if the price will go down to like $450. That's just my guess. I'm not in the video game industry, so I don't know what. The games, and they've titled a bunch of these games, so I'm just going to get short to the point. Forza 7, racing game, I'm not really into that sort of thing. Metro Exodus, a new Metro game, coming out next year, 2018. The new Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Origins. Its theme is set in Egypt. It's like Egyptian times with the Pharaoh, Ramsey. People are talking about, well, when can we get the Moses DLC? That game will be out October 27th. They talked a little bit about the Mixer streaming app. Player Unknown Battlegrounds will be out later this year for Xbox One consoles. Deep Rock Galactic is a space shooter type game. Space shooter, spacey Minecraft is what I would say. State of Decay 2 will come out spring next year. Something they talked about last year, some sort of like player versus player game. It's now titled the Darwin Project. Projected next year on that. Minecraft. Later this year, this summer, Minecraft will be unified. PC, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, mobile. All those systems will be connected. Cross-platform. You can play. If you're on the Xbox One, you can play it with someone that's on the Switch. They have not mentioned about PS4 because I'm pretty sure PS4, Microsoft, there's a low amount of people playing that. Dragon Ball Fighter Z. It looks great. It's made with the Arc system that did Guilty Gear and other well-known fighting games. Everyone in the audience just applauded. They loved it. And I wouldn't mind buying it too. The MMORPG game Black Desert, that was advertised for PC. That's coming out on console next year. They've mentioned a bunch of indie games. The Last Night, Artful Escape, bunch of games. They talked about Sea of Thieves again. It will be out early next year. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, the sequel to the first Ori game, that's coming out next year. Cuphead. They mentioned Cuphead again for about the third or fourth time, and this time there is a release date, September 29th. They also talked about Crackdown 3 with Old Spice power. They had Terry Crews on there, and the explosions. They're not showing much of. They did show gameplay of it, but people are like skeptics. Some people. Middle-earth: Shadows of War. That will be coming out next year. Life is Strange Before the Storm, the sequel to the first Life is Strange of the award-acclaimed game. That will be coming out next year. They showed Anthem gameplay. It is a combination like Destiny, Horizon, a bunch of games stuck together. But the biggest news they've had was that original Xbox games. I mean, the first Xbox. The Xbox One will now have classic Xbox games backwards compatible. People that have the original Xbox games can finally be able to play them again on an Xbox One, especially in old game stores. In my city, there are two game stores, a mom and pop type store and a chain store. One is not GameStop. These two stores in particular, they do sell classic Xbox games. I'm pretty sure when this is announced, they're going to start selling them again. They'll be able to sell them, clear some shelf space. They might even have to raise prices on some of them. I give this Microsoft press conference an 8 out of 10. I was going to give it a low grade until they mentioned about classic Xbox games. So I boosted up 8. But most of these games they announced will be next year. But like Assassin's Creed, trying to see, Cuphead, Crackdown 3, Battlegrounds, those come out later this year. Warfare. I mean, not bad, not a bad conference, not a good conference, but it does have its strong points. It did make an impression to the gaming community. I wonder how Sony's going to react to all this. Maybe Sony will again have a choir singing, have an opera, probably have a bunch of Crash Bandicoots doing the Rockettes dance. I don't know. Anyway, this is BarrelJack65, and I'll see you with Bethesda conference. And why Bethesda's having it at 11 o'clock at night. Okay, this is Barrel, sign off.